Hello, everybody. Andrea Mayeski here with Epicure. It is December the 30th already. I do have my holiday sweater on still because I'm still in Christmas mode. I'm usually in Christmas mode for at least 2 weeks, okay? So don't mind me. But I want to talk to you guys about something that might make me sound like a negative Nancy, so I apologize if I do sound negative, but it's something that needs to be said and needs to be talked about. And that is why it's so important to join a team that you get along with, that you're comfortable with, or I should say, joining the right team. I have been with direct sales companies before, so I'm not a stranger to them. Epicure is my absolute favorite, if I can say that, because for a number of reasons, but it's just so important to have a positive team. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a couple negative examples of other companies that I've been with that I couldn't stand. And even if I love their amazing products, I was not with the company long because I didn't like my team. I either didn't feel like I got any support, or I was just simply overwhelmed with constant messages, constant posts about, oh, everybody, it's the end of the month, sell, we're $2,000 short of being the biggest selling team of the month. And I'm thinking, okay, it's good to have a goal for yourself, and I think it's good to have a goal for your team too. But when you're $2,000 short, like, what do you expect? Do you want everybody in your team of like 10 people to spend a ton of money that they weren't planning to spend anyway? No. So please keep that in mind. You want a team. So I guess what I'm saying is you want a team that offers support, but not too much, meaning you don't want to be part of a team that sends you messages like every half an hour. So I will talk about myself a little bit too. So with my Epicure team, we have a group on Messenger so that when new consultants become part of the team, they feel like they can ask questions anytime. There's nothing worse than joining a company and then having to read through everything and then kind of saying, I don't know where to start. I just have one question. If I could just ask. And I'm not attached to my cell phone or computer 24/7. I'm not. So I don't want somebody to feel like they have a question at 2 in the afternoon, but I can't answer because I'm at work or I'm doing something, right? So the Facebook Messenger that we have, I love it because if somebody has a question, a comment, anything, they can ask, and then members of our team can answer anytime. But at the same time, you don't see me messaging literally every half an hour saying things like, oh, good job, so-and-so, you sold $500 worth, or good job, so-and-so, you sold, $1,000 worth. Because those people that aren't making those amazing sales might feel bad, right? But I do like to call out people, though, who are working hard. But I make it a point of not doing it every single time so that some people who might not be selling as much or who have just started and they're feeling overwhelmed to begin with are kind of feeling more overwhelmed because they're not selling as much. So we do have a messenger group on Facebook, but then we also have a training group on Facebook also. But I like our training because it's a one-stop shop for training, So when you first join the company, you're probably thinking, okay, how do I order for myself? I have a friend who wants to order. How do I put her order through? I have a friend who wants to order online. What's my link? So all of those basic questions that, yes, if you read the manual that's online, it will answer all of those. But you're just so excited that you might not have time to do that, right? So you can either ask those questions in our messenger group, or you can see all of our training on Facebook that literally includes everything from from ordering something, from our seasonal products, from the new catalog to how to actually sell, how to host your own cooking class, how to join a cooking class. So we just talk about everything. Because another negative thing about some companies out there is you join a company, and I'm not going to mention names of companies, but as I said before, I have been with at least 3 others. I've kind of lost track, but yes, at least 3 others. And I join and then I get invites to like literally 6 different groups on Facebook. I don't know which ones I should be paying attention to. With Epicure, there is literally just one. It's called Epicure Consultants, and that's for everybody. Plus, you would join mine too for, you know, individual specialized training. Okay, so you don't have to be a part of any of them if you don't want to, but it just sort of helps to point you in the right direction, if that makes sense. So there's nothing worse than being a part of a company and then literally having 6 different invites for a group or 2 or 6, and you're kind of like, I don't want to be a part of all of these groups. Which ones am I supposed to pay attention to? But it is nice to be a part of something though. So on the other hand, with some companies, you might join under somebody who's new or who doesn't really know what they're doing, and that's okay too. But as long as they have joined under somebody who knows what they're doing, then that's fine. But even if you join under somebody who's maybe new and doesn't really know how to direct you, or you don't know who they joined under, then that can get tricky, because then you don't really have any support if you have questions. You might ask your friend, but then they might say, well, I don't really know either. And then you're stuck. You're in this company that you want to do well in, but you can't because you don't know how. So it's important to join under somebody who knows what they're doing and who's experienced and who wants to help. Not everybody makes a good teacher. Am I right? Just because you know something, it doesn't mean it makes you a good teacher. And then talking about being a part of other teams where it's such a big team, I don't like that either. I know I shouldn't say that, but it's true. I mean, all teams get large eventually, right? But I can honestly say, and I'm kind of tooting my own horn a little bit here, but I like to think I'm a good teacher. I'm a dental hygiene and dental assistant tutor to begin with, and I tutor online. I have hundreds of students, and they all feel like, sorry, there's something happening outside my window. They all feel like they're getting enough attention. But have you ever been a part of a group where it's such a big group, they know a lot, but you ask a question and they might email you like 2 weeks later, but by then you have your question answered, you know? So that's not very helpful, is it? So I've been a part of companies before where, yes, I was so excited to be a part of them. It was such a big group, but nobody would take the time to answer my simple questions. So you want to be careful, right? Now, you don't really know your group, I guess, until you join them though too, right? But if you're thinking about joining a company, joining a team, and you want to join under somebody who you know is new, who knows that they don't know what they're doing, then ask them. Say, okay, if I join under you, how will you help me? Do you know somebody to help me? Because that is key, okay? But some warning signs to watch out for are, if you're trying to join a group or a team and they're constantly sending you messages, like literally every 10 minutes, and you can tell they're copied and pasted. I hate that, right? Like, hi, it's so nice to hear from you. I'm so excited to meet you. You know, just like weird things like that. It's kind of like, okay, I just have a question. Can you stop copying and pasting and just answer my question? So be wary of that too. This is probably taking longer than I intended. Sorry guys, I'm trying to keep the videos shorter so that they're not so boring. But I do hope this helps, because I have people who join my team who have pretty much said they've been with other companies before, and they say I didn't have a good experience. I either got no support at all or too much, where I kind of felt like I had to sell, 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 sell. So how does your team dynamic work? So feel free to ask me questions anytime. I do have our training group on the bottom. Feel free to join that. I will send you a message after you join to just see if you have any questions, but no pressure at all. Or if you would like to join my Clean Eating Without Sacrifice group, that is the group that I have for customers to just sort of see how I do things, then come on in. And I do have a pantry club also for Canadian members and members in the US also. And the pantry club is where customers are committed to paying $30 every other month. So not every month, but every other month. And that lets them try new things from Epicure, but that also allows them to be a host at least once, maybe even more, depending on how many people we have in the pantry club. And they don't have to do any of the extra work, and they get free products. I have prizes every other month also, so it's pretty cool. So it's good to be in the pantry club if you are a customer. If you're thinking about being a part of this amazing team, just ask me questions anytime, you guys. As I said, I left my links for you on the bottom. Come on in, send me a message anytime, because it's almost January, so people are thinking about healthy eating. But again, sorry for kind of talking negative. I like to be positive, but sometimes we do have to talk about a little bit of the negative, right, you guys? Okay, well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.